pretty much Tumblr in a nutshell. Get out. God, she has these gorgeous blue eyes you can get lost in forever. And that smile. That damned smile. Just let him in. I'm allergic to grass. Here we go. The punk line is approaching. Any second now. So metany. Where is the punk line? The joke. The goof. The laugh. Have you forgotten? I get red and itchy if I roll around in the grass. What the F do you want? Piccolo wears boxers. Hiding the decalo. I'm sorry, but it looks like this thing came to your house and the first thing you did after opening it was pull his pants down. I randomly wandered into an art gallery with live music and a full cheese spread, and I'm going ape. If you eat it the Fao knew though. That's the phase problem. If you are saying that, you've clearly got more bravado than sense. I don't have either actually, I just have an empty stomach and the ability to make my presence everyone's problem. That's the phase problem is on the same level of response as bold of you to assume I have blood, and I love it, thank you. It force doesn't work, use more force. Agility. 0. Critical chance. 0. Strength. 100. A bunch of kids are playing outside my house and they have a really intense story going on, and I just heard a 6-year-old say, panting, in pretend agony, I should have killed you when I had the chance. I love the term partners. Are we dating? Are we robbing a bank? Do we run a legal firm? Are we the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies and are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit? Who knows? If you ever feel like you've screwed up, just remember that in 1348 the Scots thought it would be a good idea to invade England because the English were weakened by the plague. They subsequently caught the plague themselves, went back to Scotland, and killed half their own population. Mistake. So we've tried explaining vaccines using science and that scared people. But what if, instead, we told them that vaccines actually contain magic rocks or healing energy? We left this rabies vaccine in the light of a full moon to cleanse it, so it's safe. Everyone knows about the link between rabies and full moons. Vaccination is an ancient practice going back at least hundreds of years that draws on your body's natural healing abilities to let you fight disease naturally. There's no difference between exercise and black magic, both of them hurt your body at first and drain you of energy, but the more you dabble in it the more powerful you become. This is the most inspiring thing I have ever read. I was watching Infinity War with my family, and when Thanos was using the stones to wreck everyone on Titan, my mother, who is a 41-year-old, tiny 5 feet 0 Filipino woman, said something very solemnly in our language that can be translated roughly to that tricky Thanos, probably only I could defeat him. I'm a girl and I want to have sex with another girl. What do I do? Mood. The Mexican dude who told Judge Judy, this is your show but this is my episode. Me at God. CinemaSin's voice, it's clearly established a few seconds ago that the tunnel is painted on, so how did the Roadrunner run through it, as if it were real? Ding. Apparently gravity only works when you look down. Ding. Roadrunners aren't blue. Ding. The Roadrunners isn't giving me a lap dance in this scene. Ding. Let's make a world together. The year is 2045. The president is a Roomba. And so are you. The end. My nips get really pokey out of nowhere. Me. What is it, girls? What do you see? The face button hot pink Comic Sans, italicized and bolded at 72p. Imagine how much shorter Naruto would be if they all had guns. Why would having a gun affect Naruto's hay? Danny DeVito and Jeff Goldblum both give off chaotic energies, but in opposite directions. One is the yin to the other's yang. However, both are everyone's uncle. Danny is her dad's brother and Jeff is her mom's. Mama, die. This must look so weird if you don't speak Dutch. Honestly, she's just saying mummy this one please. I'm pissing myself. Being sick in elementary, yay home from school chicken noodle soup and movies. Being sick in high school, oh my gosh I'm going to miss a math note and then get behind in English and then I'll have late marks off my presentation and I have to go to school because I'm going to fail everything. and die alone uneducated and old and not knowing how to graph a parabola. No one wants a naked goblin. Excerpt from our first campaign. Elf monk. Grazes winks at the goblin. It confuses him so much that he misses his shot. Next turn, I think. DM. Okay, Darius, you're disguised as a goblin. What do you want to do? Tiefling bard. Okay, so I go up to the goblin that is holding the bow and say, dude, we are all going to die here. Give me all of your stuff. DM. Okay, roll for persuasion. Tiefling bard. Got a 24. Nice. Elf druid. Very convincing. DM. Right, so the goblin takes off all of his clothes and weapons and gives them to you. Elf druid. Ooh, naked goblin. Elf monk. Darius convinced a goblin to strip. Tiefling bard. I go over to the pond and drop all of his stuff in. A Ravenclaw uses a Lohamora. A Slytherin uses a lockpick. A Gryffindor charges to ram the door down. A Hufflepuff tries to doorknob and finds it wasn't locked in the first place. Finds. Hufflepuffs are particularly good finders. When someone you hate is getting ragged, but people start crossing the line and being awful and are forced to defend them. Now you've done it. You've made me turn my chair. I hate when I misplace my glasses, because then I'm forced to walk around looking like I'm suspicious of everything in the room. What about you, cabinet? Huh, you sketchy piece of did you take M? In grade 8 I did a PowerPoint presentation on whooping cough and my opening slide was a photo of Whoopi Goldberg coughing, and I was the only person who laughed at it, and I couldn't start the presentation for like 5 minutes because I was laughing too hard at my own joke. I made me laugh. Starbucks unveils $7 wake up slap. My favorite part of this image is how professionally she is delivering that slap. I love how a band/album can represent period in your life, and that every time when you listen to it, you get a weird familiar feeling, as if you're going back in time to that part of your life. Dolphins see themselves in a mirror. Everyone should stop and reblog dolphins in a mirror. Dolphin. No wonder the ice caps are melting. I'm fkin hot. Sassy dolphins. Baby, looks just above my head. Me, what is it, child? What invisible horrors do you see with your baby eyes? My entire worldview has now changed. Whoa, what? The F just happened. I don't even. Who will be the next star of The Bachelor? Our ranking. I have a sneaking suspicion that the next Bachelor will be a dark-haired, square-headed white man with stubble and a more-on-top haircut that inexplicably costs $85. Meet Brighten, Traden, and Arcaden. You don't put fking pineapple on pizza. Gordon Ramsay said pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, so case closed, thanks very much, end of discussion. The long argued debate is finally over. Gordon Ramsay can rearrange my guts, but he not gonna tell me what goes in them. This is a sentence I never want to see again. I guess wrote that sentence. Isn't it creepy that from the day you are born you start to die? Actually, fun fact, if starting to die is defined as cells start dying at a faster rate than they are replaced, then you don't start dying the day you're born. You're still growing, and cells are still being replaced pretty quick for about 22 to 25 years. So 25, that's when you start to die. Ask any 25-year-old, and they will confirm. Oh gods, my boyfriend isn't home, and I forget the English word for this thing and it's bad. He usually helps but I can't. I will assist. You know that little sea bug with the stupid hands, and it has a home, but it changes homes sometimes because it gets too big for it. What is it? Hermit crab? That's the bee. Museum curator, watching Steve waltz into the Smithsonian. The memory of having the stolen Cap America authentic Howling Commando era uniform returned dirty and ridden with bullet holes still fresh in their mind. Hide the valuables. Steve, reaching over the rope to poke at something on display. It's my goddamn stuff. If I ever become a history teacher, I'm going to write gullible written on the ceiling. Then in the middle of class, I'll announce, there's gullible written on the ceiling. After the whole look versus not look shenanigan occurs, I shall then slam my books on my desk, prop myself up, lean forward and say, welcome to history, your first lesson. Check your facts for yourself. Chaotic evil. Chaotic learning. I used to tell my 7th grade class a pack of lies at the beginning of the year. They would nod and pretend they knew about it. Then I would say, did you know everything I just told you was a lie and you believed it because you don't know history and tend to believe authority figures? I still have students in their 20s remind me of how traumatized they were by a teacher lying to them and that they always double check everything. Imagine if instead of calling Voldemort you know who, they had done the Benedict Cumberbatch thing, so they would speak in hushed whispers about Lollipop Vladimir or Lanky Vanderbilt, Lackadaddle Vaudeville, Lumpy Vordersnitch, Loud Vulgarwood, Limp Vegetables, Lush Validation. God, it's so crazy we all have bones, like, just these big hard rods holding our meat up. That's so fucking wild. I can't believe it. One of the main reasons I don't want to get pregnant is I can't handle the idea of growing bones and not keeping them. This is a very reasonable concern. You go to all that trouble growing new bones and then some schlord infant steals them out from under you. Disgraceful. My dad was saying how he thinks that at every birthday after 18 more and more things should become legal. So by the time you're like 60 you finally get your meth and arson license. If you make it to 100 instead of getting a card or whatever it is from the Queen you get to commit treason. Your dad is a fucking innovator. He's dying. He's evolving. He gets smaller in every picture. He's devolving. Take a breath. Spit out the blood in your mouth and get back up on your feet. You still got a couple of motherfuckers to prove wrong. Me getting up from the chair at the dentist after a quadruple root canal. Your response has nothing to do with ginger ale. And your response doesn't have anything to do with being the biggest clown on the block. But here we are again. From this point on whenever someone asks me a dumb question I'm just gonna say please check my FAQ before asking and then the link will be a rickroll. Why? Please check my FAQ before asking. Allow adequate room around you during gameplay. There's still a chance that the reckless soul-out guy from the Wii game startup screen will be in the new Smash Brothers. Please do not give up home. Character you're voting for, reckless soul-out guy. Title of game the character appears in, all 1359 games on the Nintendo Wii. Guys really be out here thinking I won't smash a wine bottle over their head. I recommend a beer bottle or a glass tumbler. Wine bottles are very hard to shatter, and you're more likely to split a man's skull open and cause permanent attempted murder type brain damage, and you want to teach them a lesson not, like, become a convicted felon. Nice. Thanks for the tip. I'm not a pussy, and I can bury a body, but this could help someone else. I'm on medication that can make me spassy AF, which can be a problem when I'm driving like yesterday. For example, when my best friend was trying to help me avoid a pothole, he said to the left, and I just mumbled, take it back now you'll and hit the pothole straight on. Literally crying. This is my favorite post on this website. We don't have voluntary control over our internal organs because our brains don't trust us enough to keep ourselves alive. Get stumped once. Shut 'em down girls, it's over. Take me to art museums and make out with me. But they said to not touch the masterpieces. Well, somebody's gotta pin the artwork to the wall. This is Johnson. Those idiots asking in the East Wing again. The other night I tried to make a curry and I got chili burns all over my face. So I thought to myself, hang on. Doesn't milk soothe chili burns? It doesn't. I couldn't Google because I couldn't see. So I just had to blindly feel my way to the fridge and pour out a bowl of milk and then plant my face in the bowl of milk. Anyway, at that point the rice cooker went off and triggered a power surge which turned my electricity off. Which I didn't notice at first because I had my face in a bowl of milk, and when I did emerge from the dairy prison I had gone blind with chili burns. So no, I don't really cook much. So my foot's totally stuck in there, right? I'm freaking out. The dog's having a seizure and I still got half a pie left. How do you guys listen to pop and don't speak Korean? How do you listen to Despacito and don't speak Spanish? I have listened to American music my entire life, even though I'm not from an English speaking country. Why are native English speakers acting like it's a new concept? To listen to music in a foreign language. How do you listen to classical music if you don't speak piano? How do you listen to country music and don't speak cowboy? Were you born a boy or a girl? Bold of you to assume I was born at all. I personally was created in a lab. Just straight up spawned. The notes, majestic abomination. You people, your merry destructive mayhem. This unholy mattress fire. For truck's sake read the notes. Our Lord and Savior Anubis threw me up. Clipped through my mother, if you will. I was summoned. I was born at the age of 7, my mother being out of town at the time. Just popped into existence like a theoretical particle. My existence is a figment of your imagination. Found in cabbage field. I lost my memories when I came to this dimension. I'm just a rock that grew legs. I was born via cesarean, so I was removed, evicted even. You mean you guys weren't made out of loose deli meats by a wizard? I'm just a sentient piece of living in a sewer.